I didn't want to turn it off. I like music. Obviously. I have popcorn though. I'm on chapter 6. This is called Legal Romance. Frerard, student, teacher. Gerard is the teacher. Frank is the student. This is Revenge Frank. So, is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is Revenge Frank. That's the confusing part. It's like Gerard and Frank, they change so much throughout all of my chem. It's just like, wait, which era is it again? So it's, I don't know. I'm confused. Let's be confused together. I started this sometime last week. I got my phone taken away. I couldn't rate it. I am confused. What the fuck do people want? There are candles in my mouth. But yeah, this is a good story. I like it. Okay, let's do this. Let me eat my popcorn. Where did I put? There it is. I drew fan art. Not really a fan art. I have twin OCs. I'm like, I like twin sis a lot. So then I'm like, let's make some really cool twins. Shadow can control shadows. Fun pretty much half the year. Fawn saying, I may have been cursed with loving my brother, but it's better than a random person who can blackmail you. Which is very true. Also in my sketchbook I'm like, I'm going to reverse incest between siblings in their area. I don't know where they live, so it's like, it's a made-up place. It was legalized. Their parents accept them. And then Shadow's like, okay, if you're a parent, and you love your kid, or you're a kid and you love your parent in a more than family way, just don't. That drawing of Jeff, the mouth is way too high. I'm now realizing that. I realized that a little while ago. And I have a drawing that was very much inspired by Revenge Gerard. Very much. Okay, I'm gonna sum this up now. So, last chapter. Frank, he bottles up his feelings. Oh, wait, same. Gerard was a little mad that he wasn't doing anything. He was just laying on his desk. So he sent him out into the hallway, not knowing that Frank was crying. And then, Frank's in detention right now. And Frank's like, yo, make out sesh. And Gerard's like, are you sure? And Frank all like, yeah, hot stuff. That's not actually like how it went, but let's just sum it up. I got a haircut. I like it a lot. I pulled away from him, standing up from the desk. Okay, little note. I suck at reading sometimes. Especially out loud. In my head, I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? My hair does this little wonky thing right here. It's just right there. I pulled away from him, standing up from the desk, grabbing one of his hands, heading straight for the storage cupboard. This was story about the storage cupboard. How do I explain this? Blowjob in the storage cupboard. It was either this story or a different story. I read fanfictions like, I'd say like three or more, 2 or more every week. So it's like, they all get jumbled in my head. I look very chub. I've noticed that to me, whenever I take my binder off, I look more chub. Do I look more chub to you? I have a shirt that says Team Player on. And I want to skip gym tomorrow. Because gym fucking sucks. I hate it. It's worse than gym at my old school. That was actually fun, and the teacher was very, very strict. There was an asshole kid that was like, actually multiple kids that are like, oh my god, trans, ew. He was already kissing all over my jaw and neck by the time we reached the door. I just managed to swing it open with my left hand when I let out a soft moan as he nibbled on a spot just below my ear. Like, I'm thinking, yes, it's like right here. I'd like to say that I imagine things somewhat similar to these. An OC. He is married to another one of my OCs. They just got married. They're in their time. It's like December. Yeah. And it's like, he has shaggy hair, so my hair is like quite crazy, boys. Ear side. It's quite convenient because he can cover up with his hair because he is quite shaggy hair. I'm tempted to show drawing, but I don't have my current sketchbook. Of older ones. Yeah, I'll show you one of the older ones. This is my third one. I'm currently on my sixth one. Oh, I was like, how do I want my hair at that time? Dipper, Mabel. Oh my god. Gee, can you tell when this took place? Oh yeah, I was planning out a story. Oh, I was also planning out another character's storyline and stuff. I'm looking for him. Jackie Ellen Team Mystic. Genevieve. Oh yeah. Team Pokemon. Oh my god, this is like when I was like obsessed with Markiplier, Antisepticite, and yeah. There's a flower. I have one in my first one. It's not the same style I have now, but yeah, you get it. I'm trying to find a photo of an OC. Oh, Jesus. This one's so hard to open. This is Lee. His hair is a little more shaggier now. He doesn't cut his hair often. Seriously. He just recently got his hair trimmed, and it wasn't really a trim. Like, the back being trimmed. Yeah. This is gonna be awkward because my parents could probably hear me reading this. Let him push me up against the now closed door, kissing my neck and jawline before trailing back up to my lips. I flipped around so he was now up against the door and began to palm him through. Staring among deep in his. I can't read these things out loud. I get all flustered. Yet I imagine things like this on a daily basis. Oh, hey, look, Harry Potter. Oh, yeah, I have so many. No, I got one. I want to play violin. I'd rather play trumpet. Because everybody else is like so far into that. It's like I can't exactly do anything. It takes a while to learn how to relearn an instrument. Really so hard already. I smirked, though he probably wouldn't see, because although there was a light in it, it was very dim. I can make my light very dim. I'm tempted to do that now. But then I'd just be like, I have weird fears. One of them is the possibility of a bridge collapsing when I'm either on it or under it. Another one is I'm out alone at night being kidnapped, raped, murdered. Stupid. But they're all possibilities. flickering on and off. Mine doesn't flicker on and off. Before he had a chance to say anything back, I was unbuckling his jeans, letting them fall to the floor, soon followed by his walkers. Then my knees. I wrapped my hand around his swollen cock. Her hand got above me. The only thing I could think was how badly I wanted to get this right. It's safe to say I've never given a blowjob before. Actually, I've never even seen anyone else's dick before. Just do it how they do it in the pornos. I ran my hand up and down a few times, hearing him whimper slightly above me as I did so. I brought my mouth towards his head before stopping. This is why I love the student-teacher AUs. Because it's like, they'll do it in the middle of school. Or behind the school. I read one where they both went out to smoke. About the same, what did I do here? At about the same time. And it's just like, ooh, my gosh, I read a Peter Rick one where Pete got fired. But then they got married, like 5 years later. They adopted a kid because his parents were, bad. And the kid got married to his boyfriend, like 5 years after that. It's awesome. And yet I have two of my OCs planning to having kids. And I'm trying to map out how I want it to go. I want them to have twin girls, both redheads. I don't know. I want one of them to have one eye, the other eyes. So one have brown eyes, one have green-blue alternating eyes. It's complicated. This is what happens when you have a beauty cry child. You don't know what color eyes you want to give them. And plus it's nice because I can give them green or blue eyes. Or both. Whatever I feel. What's this attention? I asked, smirking, feeling a little mean. But very proud. When you're done, he said, his breath heavy, almost panting. 99% sure that earlier, I say about maybe half an hour ago, my face was bright red because there are wonderful videos on the internet of Gerard Way moaning and groaning on stage, and I was watching some of those. I can't do that. And I might be going to a Panic at the Disco concert, and I'm just gonna be like, Brendan is. There's a 99% chance that Brendan is going to take off his shirt. He's probably gonna do many backflips. He might be high. I don't know. It's Brendan. You never know. What the fuck is this? You never know. But I'll have man posters in my room after, like, my birthday and Christmas. Not in that order. It's Christmas, then my birthday. Although, if we're being technical, my birthday's exactly a week after Valentine's Day. Yeah. Okay, I'm done. I said casually, slowly unwrapping my hand from tease. Fucking tease there. I know a lot about that. 13, almost 14-year-old kid knows so much. I have a story. I like how I'm always off track. I don't care. In history, the KKK was mentioned. And I was like, I'm like, the leader wears red while all the other guys wear white. And the person in front of me is like, why do you know? Wait, I was like, why do I know so much about the KKK? And the person in front of me turns around and is like, yeah, why do you know so much about the KKK? Stop watching Discovery Channel. I'm like, I don't have TV. I don't have cable. And they're just like, yeah. And when I got home and after I told my mom, I was like, Shane Dawson did a video about conspiracy theories, and one of them just happens to be that the Smurfs represent the KKK, and that might be why I know so much. Thank you. What? He asked, sounding almost angry as he's ooh. Yeah, you can't just go do that to people. It looks like I have like a little hair there. A little mustache. My mom is watching ACIS. I'm watching Criminal Minds. What the fuck? Ow. So I have a one-shot plan soon. I'm writing it in my composition notebook. It's in my book bag. Where the fuck is it? That's my sketchbook. Oh. Oh. Who wants to see some sexy children? That's Jade. That's Derek. That's Sky. Sky's agender. That's Kai. Kai is trans. That's Roxanne. Her husband got murdered. My sexy children. Okay, I get to call them that. This is Shadow in his everyday wear. I have her info on the back of the paper, so it's in there. This is a very flustered fawn in his everyday wear. I say everyday because they don't go to a public school, they go to a private school because they got very, very rich parents. And the grade is determined by the color of their tie, so yeah. Kindergartens don't have ties. Shadow in his school, nothing. Their parents want them to look nice, and they're just like, no, fuck you. Well, he's in the shadows all the time. Shadows tend to mess up your hair. And sometimes make your hair grow a little longer than it, yeah. Sexy beast. He's my sexy beast. Yeah, this is like my 6th one. Yeah, 6th. I started on the 10th. I've been drawing a lot. Excuse me. Excuse me again. I'm kidding, I laughed, gripping onto his hips and taking the head of his cock into my mouth. I actually wasn't prepared to say that. Okay. Anxious of whether I was doing it acceptably, I was slow and hesitant, but picked up the speed when his hands tingled in my hair, guiding my head back and forth with comfortable pace. Judging by the moans and curses of satisfaction, he was I'm gushing, it was pretty good. And it wasn't long before I was running with a salty taste of his seed hitting the back of my throat. I pulled it off slowly as he virtually screamed my name with a chorus of fucking shit. And Jesus Christ, this is just not fun. See, you don't want to do that. Then they're like, although this is acceptable because it's the first time. I ain't doing any of that. I have a lot of really, and I don't need any in my mouth. I don't need anything in my mouth except for things I want. And at the moment, that's popcorn. Standing up, I took a step back to let him pull up. A piece of popcorn fell. Pull up his boxers and trousers and step away from the door. Grabbing my bag from the back of the classroom, I shoved my pencil and sketchbook, which were still on the table from the lesson, into it. I looked back at Gerard, who was running a hand through his hair by his desk, looking down at some paper. I think, yeah, it was this one. So, Gerard jerked Frank off on his lap. Gerard was wearing white pants. He's the art teacher, and some got on his pants, like a little dot, I'd say. I don't know, I forget how, but when the class came in, a girl was like, Mr. Way, you got some white paint on your pants. Very oblivious. It's just like, I know. I'm thinking George just like, I hear my parents. I don't know which one. I have popcorn. I have the right to call my OC sexy. No, now that I think about it, Sky is very feminine. actually very small for being born a male. Well, that is the thing about being half demon. You're either normal height or shorter. Or taller. This guy just happened to be shorter. So, hello, Sky's taken. Sky's got a boyfriend. Bye, sorry, making my way across to the door, sliding the lock across. I kind of like the idea of getting a detention every lesson. It's not good for your record, Frankie smirked back. Your dick didn't seem to care. I shot back, willing. It's walking out of the room and down the corridor to the bathroom. There's no way I'm walking home with a boner. No thanks. I smiled to myself. I had what I wanted, not to mention what he seemed somewhat satisfied. And detention a day makes the happy Mr. Way. Yes, the downside about being a teenager, it's like, bam, boner, bam, bam, bam. I don't have a dick, so it's like, I'm sort of that. It's just, sometimes I'm just like, when can I have a significant other? I don't care if it's a guy, I don't care if it's a girl. I'd prefer it if they were like agender or trans. I'm just queer. But if I had to pinpoint certain sexualities, it would be panromantic, asexual, maybe some others, I don't know. I just stick with queer because it's simple. My back hurts. I have blue eyes. I walked out of the bathroom and straight out of the school, my hood up and my face out of sight, which was all very good until I was virtually hit by a car. Being the stupid knob I am, I decided to walk out into the road without looking as a good idea. The car just bumped my knees, and it came back in time. When it beeped its horn, I ended up somehow jumping into the bonnet. I know, what the fuck? Shit, Frank? The driver leaped out of the car, walking up to me, and of course he was none other than my sexy ass art teacher. I like the story because way better for both teachers. Mikey is the music teacher and George is the art teacher. It's really cool. It's just sometimes imagine one of your teachers having their brother or sister work in the same school, and you guys still both, and they both have the same last name, so it's just like you're talking about one and somebody's like, ooh, it's like, man, Mr. Way is sexy, and they're like, ooh, better don't tell blank. Like, not that one, this brother. That actually happened. Let's all get drunk. That happens quite a lot in these stories. Popcorn keeps falling on my floor. Oh, hi, I mumbled, looking down awkwardly, scratching behind my ear. That was a little embarrassing. Sorry. Shit, Franco, are you right? He asked, looking rather embarrassed himself. He shoved and found of me between my legs. I sat on his car bonnet. What the fuck is that? I know I couldn't move as he was between me. That's so inappropriate sounding. Can I take my glue stick and just put it all over my face? I really don't want to go to gym tomorrow. I have gym first period. I'm tempted to start skipping first period every day. Because I don't really have the motivation to reteach myself how to play violin. Because I'm not one to teach myself certain things. Like with violin, I'm not motivated. I don't have the motivation. I don't have the desire to play that instrument. I'd rather play like trumpet. Or guitar. My back hurts. Whoop-de-doo. I'm fine, I wasn't looking. I still have popcorn in my throat. Wait, water. I want coffee. This is just a note. Sometimes I first do that. Trying to see what the colors are. I don't know. But I'm thinking. Oh, now that I think about it, Tim might need to get a new driver's license photo. Whoa. That's what happens when a person changes. He had red hair, black streaks, like, I think, yeah, when he was 16, he had blue in his hair. He says, hey, but in a relationship, and it's like, blue is the only thing that shows my emotions. Since, like, a young age, Sam is, like, black and blue, though. He had black and blue hair at one point. And then it turned to a light blue. And then it was a turquoise. And now it's all black. Sexy time. I'm gonna dream of sexy times. I'm fine, I wasn't looking. He looked at me, his eyebrows raised, implying that he was suspicious of my answer. Perfectly fine, not a bruise on my body. Frank, I hate you with my fucking car. He said, pushing my hood back and tucking my hair behind my ears. I can't do that, my hair's a little too short. And I give you a blowjob, your point is, I smirked, edging closer, finding it awfully amusing, the way he put his finger straight to my lip and looked around cautiously. Sorry, is that a secret? I can't whisper. I whispered, looking around like him too, laughing when he stopped and glared at me. What? You can't just blurt that shit out, Frank. He looked at me like I was the dumbest thing on earth. Get in the car. Get in the ringer. References. This is my nose, I put it up. This is my nose, I'll put it down. This is my nose normally. I'm tempted to just start skipping classes. Although I did find out there's a neutral bathroom that I can go hide in. Although, yeah. It's nice to know that there's a neutral bathroom. Also, there wasn't one. Bathrooms were a situation. Shit, sir, it's one thing having me I started, but before I could finish, he clamped his hand over my mouth, looking completely petrified that someone might see. I licked his hand in the hopes that he would let go, which everyone else always did, but he didn't. In fact, he didn't seem to notice even when I bit his hand. I do that too. If somebody has their hand over my mouth, I like lick it or bite it. It's just, I don't want somebody's hand over my mouth. I don't even like when people touch my neck. Why do you think I'd let somebody touch my mouth? It's like, if it's me, it's perfectly fine. If it's, RBF isn't as bad as my parents. My mom's though. It's really bad. I think I just smile so much that I have like permanent little smiles. I have like little cat mouth. You know, little W? Yeah. Please get in the damn car, Frank, or else we're both screwed, and neither of us can afford for that to happen. Oh, please get in the damn car, Frank, or else we're both screwed, and neither of us can afford for that to happen, he whispered, looking at me warningly for a minute or so before eventually removing his hand and looking at it before looking back at me, now somewhat pissed off. My hand is bleeding, Frank. You need to tape your goddamn teeth. I thought I tasted blood, I chuckled, licking the blood from my teeth. Looking back up to see him staring at me, looking far too unimpressed for my liking. Whoops. I offered biting my lip awkwardly. I always do an awkward thing. I want my lip pierced, but I can't because I got bruises. My parents won't let me get piercings, but they'll let me get tattoos. What? Tattoos are forever. Piercings you can remove. Look, I have 3 holes in each of my ears. Do I wear 3 earrings? No, I haven't in like 5 years. I got surgery because back from my earrings got stuck in my ears. It's nasty. You know the like weird white stuff you get on your earrings occasionally? Yeah, that was in the whole back of the earrings. It was nasty. Nasty. Why you video you are white mowing and growing? Not me. I have an inappropriate mind, but my brother shows his inappropriate mind more. I show mine on the internet. My brother already has friends, though. They come over on a daily basis. We've been here like 2 weeks. Get in the fucking car, Frank. I nodded and saw off the car, walking to the passenger door, noticing a woman and her husband talking in a doorway. A few houses down, looking between each other and me. He's my fucking dad. God damn it. Mind your own fucking business, I yelled. Perverted man, more like. Man, yeah. Perverted dad, more like. The man yelled as the woman stared at him, embarrassed out of her mind, slapping him. Well, sometimes dads can be quite perverted. Mine isn't. I never met my real dad. I claim to not have a dad. I didn't even acknowledge my stepdad being my stepdad. I claim to not have a dad. I'm not gonna let him adopt me because I like my last name. Not saying what it is. I'm still going by Andrew Shane on the internet. Nobody needs to know my real last name. What the fuck are my underwear? I forget. I have like poop hands. Bare hands. Calvin Klein. Fucking asshole, don't talk about him like that. I yelled, slamming the door, which I had half open before confronting the couple and flipping my hair out of my face. Look like my pants and split, punk. Since when has anybody ever told Frankie this? I'm trying to think of a time when Frank... No. Lower riding, bitches. Coconut and Casanova, 2 little brother monkeys. I should voice a family. What is my oldest one? I have 2 of them that are really old. One's like a Little's Pet Shop. The other one's like... It was for a website? I don't know. They both were. They're quite old. I had them since I was like 4 or 5. I ain't getting rid of my stuffed animals. They are mine. Oh, you'll be the one making your pants. Oh, you'll be the one making like your pants, honey. I spat, stepping away from the car and onto the sidewalk. Ignored Gerard tell me to leave it and get in the car. You'll be the one splitting up. Split you in half, motherfucker. I swear to God. Frank! Gerard yelled, grabbing my arm incredibly hard and pushing me rather forcefully into the car. You make him. Oh yeah, I forgot they were big. What the fuck is my hair doing? Where was I? You make him fuck off, he said, the man who went inside, leaving a chorus of cursing behind as he walked away. Are you fucking kidding me? He growled once he sat in the car. What? I wasn't going to let them call you a pedophile? I slumped back into the chair, looking out the window as the trees flew by in a blur. Why the hell did you say I was your dad? Am I really that old looking? No. You know you can be my dad. You don't look that old. You still look like a small little child. Frank turned 35 this year, okay? That really gets to me sometimes. Because all of the band members that I really, really love dearly are either going to be turning 30 or in their early to mid 30s. It just makes me want to go, eh. By turning 30, I mean Brendan Urie. He's going to be 30. It's sad. So sad. I want to give him more hugs. Well, back to my roots where I'm eating during videos. Except this isn't a video, it's a stream. I can't quite work out if you're seriously asking me why or why not. I really didn't know he was just looking for me to compliment him and tell him he looked like some sexy 20-year-old. Or did he actually want to know why I said he was my dad? I'm serious. What did you expect me to say? Oh, yeah, he's my teacher. Yeah, right. I'm getting into my teacher's car, and I also blew him off half an hour ago. Jesus! You could just say he's a friend. I see my follow-up a shirt. I'm going to be getting a panic one soon. Oh, there's a girl in my school who has a panic one. Brand new bitches. I'm not the only one with a whole... I'm cold. I'm going to put my jacket back on. I don't know why I took it. Why does my back still hurt? Jesus. Well, I put my jacket on backwards this morning because it was pretty dark in my room. So I can dim my light. It's really cool. He didn't have to say anything, he yelled. When, again, looking at me, again, like I was some dumbass fucked up. You don't have to say again so many times, Jesus. Okay, next time I won't tell them, ring the cops, and say I got into Ren's car after he almost killed me. I turned away from the window to look at him. I'll let the cops track you down and find that you're my teacher and then arrest you. Who said you were going to call the damn cops? They weren't going to call the fucking cops. They were probably just going into the house innocently when you verbally attacked them. He snapped back, though he didn't seem all that angry. Just confused and maybe a little bit sad. Am I still in the same chapter? Yeah, I am. But I love the art. I want to show the art. Fine, Jesus. My back hurts so bad. I'm also getting better at drawing ties. I do a little circle and then I go whoop, whoop, and then I go without my pen. Excuse me. I'm not a polite person. He did not pay any attention to them. The woman was there most of the time. Then the guy joined her. Then they grabbed their phone. Of course, they were going to call the cops. I was hit by a car, then decided to get in the damn car. I sighed, looking out the window as he stopped a few houses up from my house on the other side of the road. Right, I guess. Thanks then. He bit his lip, pulling my face back to face him. Yeah, that's what I thought. I sighed. There was silence, awkward silence. No problem after all, you take one self, I smirked, unable to resist making him feel awkward before I left. If I were a guy, I'd probably be that guy. Just be like, I don't really care. Be a dick, be a vagina, be whatever I feel. That's probably what I'd be if I were a cis guy. Because, like, after I came out, I was like, well, if people see me as a guy, they'll see me an extremely gay guy. It was like, that's where my mind went. And then I was like, would I care if a guy dated me? And then I was like, not really. Although, I got asked a question once. What if a guy you had a crush on once asked you to be with them? I'd be like, I wouldn't care. I need to lay down. I'm laying down. This is like every stream I lay down because my back hurts. Yeah, I'm gonna have some back problems when I'm older. I just know that. Oh, that feels nice. Don't move states, kids, because then you have to get a new thing for school. No, no, it won't. That's why you do it for me, he said, his hand squeezing my thigh slightly. I have only sucked dick once. You mean you've only sucked dick? Nope, silly. I have only sucked. I have seriously only sucked dick once, I said, grabbing his hand and trailing it up further on my leg so it was right by my crotch. Well, you were pretty amazing. I know, you sounded like you were having fun. Shut up. Shut me up, I winked. I can wink. I can blink like a reptile. Dan Howell in the video about like freaking wink thing. I don't know what the wink is. Oh, I will. You got my car. Shooting it with a smirk. Another time. I smiled, burning the door open. You can manage to not run me over and kill me, Billy. He tried blood from his hand before hopping out the car. I never asked him this only and made them leave. I got the tiniest paper cut on my thumb today. It hurt. Locking the front door, I dropped my bag on the floor and kicked off my shoes, stopping for a moment and looking curiously at the wedged boots by the door. They were neatly next to a girl's bag, which looked a lot like those bags girls at school have. My mom bought shoes in a bag? What the hell? Whatever, I don't care. Anyway, I chucked used my feet to push mine next to them, along with my bag before making my way to the kitchen. I scanned the fridge for a drink. Where the hell did my last monster go? That was definitely there this morning. For fuck's sake. Mom! I yelled while scanning the cupboards to see if it had been moved. I noticed the bottles and pills on the worktop. What methanoic acid? What the fuck? I was gonna say what the fuck, okay? It's like I can't read that. Mom! I called again, hearing footsteps before my mom's voice. When I get home, Howard, did you drink my last monster? It was here this morning. Have you seen it? I asked, sensing how annoyed she already was with my bad attitude. No, honey. She sat looking in the fridge. Did you buy that bag and shoes? The shoes are kind of ugly, I said, leaning against the counter. I'm always honest with her about what I think of her clothes. She doesn't care. She hates my fashion sense. I hate hers. I'm the same with my mom. No, they're mine. How are mine? A female voice said, appearing behind. I can take a guess at who this is. I forget the name, but I can take a guess. Oh, guys, she's staying for dinner. If she is, then I'm going to bed now. I groaned. No way was I spending a whole meal with her. Frank, she's family. That's horrible. Oh, god damn it, it's family. I don't give a shit. I laughed. It was humored me that my mom really expected me to care. I grabbed a can of larger from the fridge, knowing that my mom couldn't even bother trying to stop me. She'd given up, and we both knew, just like we knew about how my dad treated her, but she never said a thing about anything ever. You'll be joining us for dinner, Frank. Otherwise, you'll end up anorexic. He can eat when you are all asleep. I didn't do that. I didn't eat dinner today, and I'm eating popcorn right now. Although I should become a fat kid. She stood in the doorway, stopping me from leaving the room. My cousin Hannah still stood behind her. It's one meal. I made another attempt to leave, but rolled my eyes, stepping away when I knew it was a lost cause. Why is she staying for dinner then? She's not, my mom said, sounding really upset and sympathetic. Then that's fine. I won't be skipping dinner. I looked up to see my mom holding her hand as she cried, her tears dampening my mom's stop. She's staying for... No. You said she wasn't staying for dinner. I said, my hands shaking with a sense of realization hit me, and God, how I hoped I was wrong. She's staying for a while, she said, glaring at me as if to tell me to shut the fuck up. Shut the fucking front door, bitch. This is the one that I was saying that was fucking inspired to ride. I actually haven't drawn a dragon or any of my come guys a lot. Okay, you know, papers and stuff. Man, it's revenge, Frank. But she'll be gone by dinner. Please. Frank, you're fucking kidding me. No. Frank, you're such a selfish little bitch. My mom's in the hospital. She's probably dying right now. All you can do is think about how you won't want to share your parents with me. She screamed. God. Whiny little 16-year-olds, they're pests. Well, actually, just her. Actually, not real, not 16-year-old. That's it. Although I live near a high school, so that's supposed to make me feel guilty because I really don't know. Why can't she stay with her dad? I whined, really wanting to punch everybody right now. You know why? We all know why. You know why? We all know why. My mom glared at me again, clearly trying to do something. Whatever it was, but it wasn't working. Oh, right, yes. The same place Dad should be. Guys are so right. Oh, so that's how I swear to God, Frank, you would talk about my dad like that again. Oh, stop sticking up for him. He wouldn't be there if he was a good person. Am I going a little too far? Fuck no, of course not. We had never ever had a good relationship. God knew why we had always been a little tense. When I came out as gay, she treated me like a piece of shit. She told me it was wrong and she was a bitch to me. She would tease me every fucking time I saw her just for being gay, and worse, when I first had a boyfriend, she had threatened him and teased him for being gay too. So yeah, I hated her. And yeah, maybe I was a rude, whiny, fucked up person towards her, but what did she expect? She bullied me for the one thing that made me who I was. She was a homophobe. Was I meant to ignore the fact and be nice to her? That wasn't going to happen. I've actually made a few transphobic people. Although my mom's been quite phobic lately and stuff. That's your father, Frank, my mom warned me, beginning to look angry now, which was rare for her, even with me around. So, what? Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm not 10 anymore, Mom. I know what all your cover-ups are, and I know they're all cover-ups. So do me a favor, and can you all go fuck yourself? That's what I got happening. Cause I'm out of here. I pushed straight past them and pulled my bag onto my shoulder and grabbed my shoes. I would put them on later when I was far away from here and walk. I don't think I've never done it. A burning phone. It I was told to try and order hay. I didn't want to fuck anything up, so I just sat there trying to do the finger movements. And I have a really hard time reading music, so it was super hard. Super hard. I don't know why I have such a hard time reading it. I had no clue where I was going, but if it was away from where my mom was, where Hannah was, and where my dad was going to be, that's all I needed. As if it wasn't bad enough trying to cope with school, pile a shitload of relationship problems with my parents on top of That very selfish little shit, aka your cousin living with you because your mom was as stupid as yours and married an asshole, then maybe you might just reach my level of pain. I'm a really nice cousin, although he can sometimes be an ass. We grew up together, so he's like 9. And me and my baby brother have 9 years apart from each other. He said he wanted to learn how to play an instrument. That's cool. I was singing that on my way home. Yeah. Sometimes for me to remember the name of a song, I sing it out. It's weird. But as if that was all, of course not. All that leads to depression. What fun. And of course that affects you in all ways. You can't sleep, which in course rubs off on your life in general and your mood, which worsens. With all of that, you end up with really bad grades and attendance at school, having all your teachers hate you because your grades are shit is bad enough, but then you have to add extensive anger issues, which means awful attitude and violence, which just makes it worse for you, for teachers, and of course, for making friends. How far do you get without making friends? I actually have me and my brother have slight anger issues. His are worse than mine. I have depression, he don't. I have trouble making friends. I bottle up my feelings. He does too, but he takes it out with anger. I do that sometimes, though. Don't take things out on anger. I'm surprised I haven't hurt myself yet. I cried this morning because of an episode of Criminal Minds. Luckily, I do have friends though, but I mean, do I even know I can trust them? What am I saying? I'm just saying my life is so much harder. Vic's awesome. He's so sweet, and his brother Mike is, well, his brother is so nice to, is so most be nice too, and he seems to trust Kellen with his life, so I'm guessing he's safe too. And Haley, she's just the sweetest girl I've ever met. I trust her, and they all seem so close with Pete, Patrick, Jack, Alex, Lindsay, and Alicia. So I'm sure they're all good people as friends right now. Ow! I think I guess this is gonna be too wild. Smooches. I like how fan fictions, it's like when frerard writes a note or sends a test, it's like XG or like little dash G. It's kind of cool. These are falling out of my ears. Why do I even have them in my ears still? I don't know. I have 4 caps. One of them's white. I don't know why. I think they were like trying something with me. I don't know. Yeah. And the same spots up there. My brother's got a lot. I'm gonna turn this off now. I lifted up my right foot, hopping towards the fence on my left. Glass. I stood in glass. I pulled it out after getting over the original pain and cussing my way through the pain of pulling it out. Decided that any sensible person would put their shoes on, so I did. Although you could easily argue I am far from sensible, I threw myself onto the nearest bench, looking around. I had made my way all the way into the middle of town. I had walked a long way. I can walk a long way. I'm proud of that. I noticed that straight ahead there was a bar. Maybe a drink, just one single drink, could help me a little. Yeah, it would help. I haven't really drunk much in the past, so it's not like I would become an addict. Just the one would be unnoticeable, right? There would be some drunk alcoholic somewhere in there who would buy me a drink. Yes, getting to my feet, I made it across the road and into the bar, seeing a man in the far corner with long brown hair and a sober face. He looked wasted. He'd buy me something. You look a little, what? I look a little, lonely. I sat on the stool next to him, and he looked at me like I was an idiot, then raised his shot glass to me. Hi. He's in the bathroom. He slurred. Vodka? Sure, jackpot. I smiled at him as he pushed a shot glass at me, followed by 3 or 4 more. I lost count anyway. 10 minutes later, I was pissed that vodka kicked in fast as fuck. A man appeared behind me and began talking to the man I was at the bar with. I tried to ignore their conversation, but I couldn't help but hear. Bert, I'm going. I've already told you we gotta do this slow, if at all. The newly appeared man said. It's only 8. My drinking buddy slurred in reply. Exactly, and you're already drunk. I'm leaving. You seem to have a new friend. Anyway, he said clearly, talking about me. I turned and was pretty shocked to see Gerard. Hi. I smiled, really feeling like sleep and food, but I was also preoccupied with looking at Gerard's face. It really was something. Oh, shit. His eyes widened as he ran his hands through his inky black hair before turning to the so-named Bert. How many did you give him? I don't know. Of course you don't. He banged on the bar, waiting for the barman to come. How many did he have, and what was it? He said, gesturing to me. I had begun dancing around a little and feeling a general drunken fool. 15 shots, he replied, looking at a little imitated by Gerard. Shots? His eyes widened before he sighed. Shots, fuck. He stepped back, slapping Bert sharply in the face. Don't buy random strangers drinks, smartass. He's fucking 17. He pointed at me, and Bert looked like he was going to say something, but didn't. I'm going. Don't drink yourself blind again, please. He said, grabbing my wrist and pulling me out to the car. Aww. Why was Gerard... Oh. Either to be help to his friend, or... And I'm hoping it's not the second thing. Why do I have so much popcorn on my floor? Is this still fresh? No, not really. I'm gonna eat a bit. I have a hard time reading out loud, especially when it's like long like this. I read a thing once on my terminated Wattpad account. I don't know how it got terminated, but it did. Lee got drunk at a party. Tim brought him to his house instead. And then the next day they were just texting because of the hangover. Tim hasn't really gotten drunk. He's had casual beers. Yeah, a 20-year-old having casual beers. Give me a second. Yeah. He ran a hand through his hair again, pacing in the opposite direction to me. I slid down the side of the car so I was down on the floor, feeling awfully tired, and my head heavy all of a sudden. Frank, are you there at all? He asked, crouching down next to me. I am all here. I had 2 feet, 2 hands, a head, my cock, I said, patting my belly. Oh no, where's my dick? You stole my dick. I patted the hole of my stomach with my hands as if searching. Your dick is still there, Frank. He grabbed my wrist, getting my hands down to my crotch, his eyes staying on my face the whole time. I thought you stole it. That just sounds like chaotic. I don't care. No, Frank, I think you should sleep. I'm going to take you home. No, I said, pushing him away and shuffling away from him. I would rather die. No, you wouldn't. Come on. Can you stand up? He's... the fact that he's like, I got 2 hands, 2 feet, my head, and my cock. That's what I find funny. It's like, why do you acknowledge the fact that you have a dick? Oh, wait, he's drunk. I haven't been fully drunk before. I've been a little buzzed. Hey, you wouldn't. Come on. Can you stand up? He stood and reached to help me up, but I slapped his hand away. I said I won't go home. I said confidently, but my head was spinning and I felt rather ill. Okay, just stand up. We can take it to a friend's. I nodded, making an attempt to stand up, but I only succeeded in puking. Luckily, not on me or Gerard. Then passing out shortly after. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was not good as I thought at holding my drink. Brandonier's advice. It doesn't matter if you have to throw up or not. Make yourself throw up if you're drunk. Not his exact words, but yeah. After the drunk history of Fall Out Boy, he threw up. Because he had a lot to drink that day. Why do I know so much about this stuff? Do I still have water? Yes, I do. It's almost gone. That means I need to stop eating popcorn. I see my button ups. I opened my eyes sitting up, but fell back onto the bed, which felt nothing like my own. This bed was much more comfortable. Screwing my eyes shut, my head was pounding like a kick drum. I opened my eyes again, my vision blurry, but clearing after a second or two. I noticed I was no longer in my ripped jeans and a shirt I was wearing. I was wearing very baggy joggers and just as baggy band shirt, both of which I didn't recognize as mine. Turning to my right, I saw what was that rather than my deep red walls, there was a small bedside table with a small clock on it, and the time was 3:27. What? After sitting up and rubbing my eyes so my vision was clear, I confirmed that this was not my room and wasn't even my house. I didn't want to be in my own house, but I would love to know where the hell I am. I slipped out of the bed and making my way to the door. Every movement, my head throbbed more and more, but I wasn't going to sleep when I had no clue where I was. It was a rather small apartment, 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, a kitchen, then the living room. I made my way down the hall past the other bedroom and bathroom and towards the living room where someone was sat on the couch watching the TV, coffee in hand. Gerard, of course. Course. Frank, you need to sleep. You want an Advil? He said, looking rather unimpressed as he led me to the kitchen, which was only separated by a bar. Why did you bring me here and let me sleep in the bed? I asked, knowing full well it was his bed, because the second room had a bed frame and several packed boxes. You didn't want to go home. You were adamant you weren't going home, he stated, looking at me with wide, questioning eyes. You wouldn't let me help you if I made you go home. Oh, yeah, I probably did say that. I bit my lip, worried that I was going to pass out again due to my head. I felt like someone had blown my brain up like a balloon so that it was too big from his skull, then started kicking it. I figure your mom wouldn't react well to your teacher turning up on your doorstep with her passed out son because he had far too much vodka. He pointed out, handing me a glass of... What the fuck is on my sleeve? He pointed out, handing me a glass of water and 2 small white pills. You should get some sleep. I'll go home. I squeezed my eyes shut, putting the empty glass down and steadying myself on the work surface. Yeah, that's not going to happen. He walked me to the couch, sitting me down on it. There's no way you're going to make it halfway towards the door. I'm not that bad. He raised his eyebrows, struggling not to laugh. Am I? Go back to bed before you pass out again, he said, pointing up the hall to the room. No, I'm not talking about your bed, I refused, leaning back on the couch and groaning through the pain my head was causing me. I had a hangover once. It fucking sucks. I was asking you. I was telling you, Frank. Oh, I wasn't asking you. I was telling you, Frank. He stared at my expression, blank and voice harsh, demanding. You have to teach. You need sleep, I protested. You have to learn tomorrow. You sleep enough in lessons as it is. Like that, I'm hungover. Screw school. So you're going to go home and have your parents know that you got wasted last night? Okay, so he had a point, but I wouldn't be going home anyway. No, I looked down at my crossed legs beneath me. They wouldn't care anyway. I'm sure they would, he said, nudging my shoulder comfortingly. You need to sleep. He stood up, motioning for two as well. Eventually, I stood, groaning as I did so, my legs feeling very weak and my head feeling like it was about to explode. I think I'm going to stay here, I mumbled. I mumbled, letting my legs buckle under me as I fell back on the couch. Frank, you're not sleeping fair, he said, trying to persuade me to get up before realizing I was moments away from passing out again. I didn't realize I had that much to drink. Come on, he put an arm around He put my arm around his shoulder, pulling me to my feet. There we are. He smacked me like I was a little kid. He dragged me to the bedroom, sitting me on the bed, letting my head fall back onto the pillow. I fell asleep straight away, or maybe I passed out. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna stop the stream because I can't talk anymore. If I can't talk, I mean I am getting bored. So, bye!